Movie licensed games do not have a very good reputation. On the heels of the theatrical release of the movie, Captain America Super Soldier is the newest movie game. With a much lower price than normal Xbox 360 and PS3 games, there isn't much to say about what sort of quality players can expect from the game. The reduced price stamp could be a saving grace, but it could also mean we're in for a nightmare. Can Super Soldier shape up to defeat the movie game curse, or is it just another wasted movie license?
It's him! Trust me, you'd rather take your chances with this kid.
Captain America Super Soldier is a poor man's Arkham Asylum. It definitely takes everything that it can from Arkham Asylum and changes the protagonist to our hero in Stars and Stripes. The combat system is exactly the same as Batman's Romp, with some minor differences in how each of the two superheroes do battle. It isn't as cut and dry as the Shield and the Batarang. There are a few more upgrades to the Captain's arsenal. The change comes in the form of brutal attacks that Cap can execute. With a combination of 2 buttons, Cap can use his special power bar to activate his skills. Crippling Strike can take down small enemies with 1 hit and inflict heavy damage on bosses. The next skill is the impressive Weaponized Talent, which can turn an enemy against their friends in a variety of ways. Taking over one of the bigger enemy's weapons and turning it on his friends is a key way to spread the love. The final special ability is aptly named Super Soldier. It allows Cap to use all of his superpowered ability and go all out on his foes with his full strength. Captain America cannot be injured during this time, and his enemies are slower and instantly knocked out. The only exceptions would be the large bosses, but they take a significant amount of punishment from Cap regardless. This is not even mentioning the moves that Cap can earn from skill points.
I wouldn't want your friends to feel neglected. Solo doesn't object if I break them.
The similarities of Arkham Asylum and Captain America Super Soldier goes a bit too far. Captain America takes all of the concepts from Batman and implements them. Besides the combat system being totally stolen, the level design is pretty much the same as well. Cap will go back and forth between levels, searching for dossiers or completing tasks to get points. This all attributes to how he learns skills and unlocks different costumes in the game. The main issue with Captain America isn't that it is like Batman, it's the fact that it copies that game but it does it half-heartedly. Captain America is a fantastic fighter and a person that most Marvel characters look up to. In Super Soldier, his moves are often stiff and unimpressive to look at. His running and walking animations are jarring to watch, and his fighting technique is extremely limited. Cap will repeat a lot of the same moves, and unless he's using his shield to finish someone, they don't come off as particularly damaging to opponents. The environments themselves look as if they were upscaled from the Wii version. Most of the areas are muddy and downright disgusting, and not because they are supposed to look that way. Jagged edges will poke out from all over the place, and plain 2D textures will show up far too often. Even the faces of character models look like dolls. The eyes are lifeless and look as if they were stuffed into the sockets. It doesn't help that the frame rate drops consistently in cutscenes. The screen will jitter whenever a cutscene appears, and there are tons of them throughout the game. The voice acting is also a bit of a problem, but mostly for Captain America himself. Whenever he has something to say in the game, the background volume lowers as if he's entered a sound booth.
Target locked. Fire when ready.
Not only that, but it seems like Chris Evans phoned it in for most of his lines. They just don't sound like they were given much effort in most places.
Let's get out of here and let the planes bomb this place.
Wait, there's something underground. Something big. I'm not sure the planes can stop it, or even survive it.
The story itself is all about taking down the Red Skull. On the way, you'll destroy anti-air guns and save Bucky and the crew. It isn't exactly a comic book story that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It just propels you to beat up the next slew of bad guys and hopefully reach the end of Cap's journey. It could be that Cap is stuck decimating foes who are really not his equal. The bosses are campy as they should be, it's just that the fights are a one-pattern snooze fest. Interactivity is not at its best. There are areas where you have to line Cap up properly to activate prompts, or some attacks will just outright miss targets. There will also be points where it can be frustrating just to do simple tasks. The real blow to the game would be the navigation sequences, in which players tap a button in tune with the sound effects to perform acrobatic maneuvers. It's mostly an on-rails affair and could have been excluded for some regular climbing and flipping, especially since Captain America climbs ladders like a robot.
You!
This serum!
You made it from his blood. I'll give you more.
This is definitely not the Captain America game we were looking for. You would have to be a die-hard fan to want to get this game. Even at the budget price of $40, I still wouldn't go out and splurge just to get my fix. Captain America Super Soldier receives a C- from Half-Ass Gaming. Cap isn't a horrible game, but it is worth the rent for the 8 hours of gameplay.